on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
I'm back because I'm black and I'm back. Y'all, we about to get into Married to Medicine. Make sure y'all like the video. We're also going to be discussing Heavenly and those comments that she made, girl. I can't wait. So y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video. All right, girl, what's going on? Here I am. Okay, girl, listen, I was eating, all right? I was eating. The food came a little later. I was eating, okay? I'ma just be real and let y'all know. How y'all doing? What's today? Today is Monday. We here for Married to the Medicine. Girl, when I tell y'all, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot, y'all. Okay, so let's see. Where do I want to start? Come on. Hey, Z Seamus Milan. What's going on? What's going on, girl? Listen, what's going on? How y'all doing? Down to the comments. Girl, they made a mistake of putting a new spot over here on my side of the river. And they got good everything. And you know, just unnecessarily buying, you know, food because it's good and you feel like eating it. You know what I'm saying? Just going through some of the comments. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Girl, listen. Let's start. Let's get into it. I know. I feel like I look a little rough today. Okay, I ain't slick my baby hair or nothing, girl. Okay, like that's because after this weekend, girl, I'm tired. I'm tired, but I had the energy for y'all. I have the energy for y'all today. So thank you. We went to the M-Line ball. That was really fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for the compliments on the pictures. All right, come on, Summer D. Thank you for the super chat, boo. Come on. We gonna start this shit off right. Listen, we gonna start this shit all right. New Orleans in the house tonight. It's Mardi Gras season, y'all. My mind is on parades. My anniversary is next week, I think. Yeah. That's on my mind. Like, it's, you know, it's life, girl. Life. Okay. So thank you for the super chat. Yes, we had a very good time at the M-Line ball. For those of you who do not know, in Mardi Gras season, a lot of the pleasure clubs and crews have balls, but it's become a thing to just throw balls, period. So there is a local fashion brand, okay, that does very, very well. For the past couple of Mardi Gras, everybody has been in M-Line, okay? Like they sell out, the line be down the streets when you trying to cop whatever the new, you know what I'm saying, whatever the new release is. So we was down to the M-Line ball, child. We had a really good time. And then we went home, girl. Okay, we took some cute pictures. I saw some people. Y'all saw me. What's up? Okay. But girl, sometimes like, and I was glad it wasn't buku people. It was a nice amount of people, but it wasn't buku people. And I was glad because I don't like being around like too tight. I don't like that. I need room, like space, move, get from around me. Like give me some, you know, give me 5 feet shit. So it was good. I had a good time. We had a good time. And now I'm back. And we're getting into Married to Medicine, girl. 400 people in a room. So grateful for all of you beautiful human beings. Let's get into it. So the episode starts off where the last one left off, which was with the, you know, everybody, all of the doctors and their significant others and the exes and people that shouldn't have been there, i.e. Apollo and Shireen. Okay. There's fights breaking out all over the place, girl. Just tussles all over the place. Not really physical, but arguments that look like they were about to lead to something physical. So first you got Heavenly and Letitia cursing each other out. And I told y'all, I felt like, damn, Heavenly, why you had to chew her up like that? You know what I mean? But at the same time, Letitia do be like low-key working on my nerves sometimes, because I do think she likes to play victim. And I do think you sound stupid when you think that Phaedra is your friend. Because to be very clear, Phaedra was with all of the mean girl shit last season. When it was Quad, when it was Letitia, when it was calling somebody having a flat booty, like all of that shit. Phaedra was down for the mean girl antics. But as soon as the shit got flipped on her, now all of a sudden we gotta go home because we don't deal with these types of bitches. Cue the little bitty jet girl. Let's go. And I'm not mad at you, but I'm also not surprised. Like, this is what always happens with Phaedra. Y'all always gave Phaedra way too much credit. Y'all thought she was writing her own reads? Absolutely not. Somebody wrote them for her. She memorized them. Okay? Y'all thought that she was gonna come to y'all with her real life. Never before have we seen it since she broke up with Apollo. So for me, I feel like y'all always give Phaedra too much. And to be very clear, Golden Girls, Jackie, Heavenly, Simone, when y'all wanted somebody to come on the show and give drama so that y'all can replace Quad, y'all was all here for Phaedra and her fake ass antics. So everybody need to stop with the bullshit. I just want to start off by saying bullshit, 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 bullshit. Phaedra, you a mean girl. Them old ass women are mean girls. Okay? And Letitia is a fool. Dr. Gregory is an abusive little man. That's my opinion. Okay? Let's press on. Letitia, why were you running up on King? Why were you running up on King? Y'all remember last episode when I was reviewing it, and I remember saying I heard Quad, Letitia, go to your husband. Letitia, go to your husband. And I was like, Quad, shut up. That's because I couldn't see Quad. I couldn't see her at the moment. I heard her, did not see her. When I saw why she was telling Letitia to go and see about her husband, it was because Cecil had already removed your husband and you should have been with them. But you was running up on King like you was going to check that man. And I kind of felt like that's when you was doing too much. Now, I am of the spirit that if me and my husband have to jump you, okay, that might happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never gonna let it go. That's not how I work. Like, I have been in fights with a significant other before, and I blacked out and was on top of somebody and don't remember how I was getting here. And girl, okay. So I just feel like automatically, if I see some shit going on, yeah. But now that I'm a grown woman, I am going to back away unless I see that my husband don't have it. And then I'm gonna be looking for something to knock the other nigga over the head with. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to like be out here putting my little bitty body in harm's way. But also, I'm not Letitia and Dr. Gregory. Even when I was with a little nigga, I wasn't about to get involved. He could fight his own battles, but my husband like 6'3". Girl, what I look like? I can't hold him back. I can't hold him back. He's 6'3". I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. So if you want to fight my husband, baby, y'all just gonna have to fight. I'm not about to stop nothing. I'm not. Now we very calm people. So if it gets to that level, I'ma just stand back and watch him cook. Okay? Letitia running up on King was crazy. Okay? It was crazy. Girl, go behind your little man. Find your little man. Eugene is telling King to calm down. King says, whatever you want to say, Quad, you can say it. Say whatever you want to say. He ain't going to do nothing. I liked all of that. I appreciated that. Because to me, I feel like whenever there is a man in a room that is physically abusive to a woman, and you know as a man that they a bitch and that they would never try that same type of energy with you as a man as they do with a woman, I think it's your duty and your responsibility to let that bitch ass nigga know, hey, bruh, I'm not gonna let it slide in front of me. I'm not gonna let it slide in front of me. So if you think you're gonna be able to disrespect her in front of me, then you're gonna find out that we all ain't the same type of nigga. Cause see what often happens, and this is why what Heavenly said was so stupid, and we're gonna get to that at the end of this review. Most of the time, straight men have a camaraderie, okay? And it's a bros before hoes mentality. Y'all seen it on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Can I direct y'all to Love and Marriage Huntsville, Marceau and Maurice? Whenever their wives decide they want to speak their minds about anything, do you know what their husbands do? They turn to the women, turn their back on the men that the that the women are arguing with, turn to their wives and tell their wives to shut up and stop responding. That's what they do. And so most of the time, that's what men are expecting of another man. Control your wife. I don't really like that. I don't really like that. I don't at all. Because if you think you're going to talk to me crazy and then look to him like he better control me, boy, fuck you. And if he not on my side like he's supposed to be, boy, fuck the both of y'all. Okay? That's not how it's going to go, but I'm just saying. Don't know. I've been in these situations way too many times where men really feel like they can talk to a woman any kind of way. They can be disrespectful, condescending, and all of the men are supposed to allow them to do it because they're men, and it's men before women, even if the woman is your wife. That's the way a lot of men operate. So I don't know what world some of the women are living in, and we'll get to it. But King was actually acting out of character for a straight man, because most of the time, straight men actually are more of a bitch than gay men. Straight men act like bitches more than anybody else. And y'all could argue with y'all mama, but y'all know y'all have a nigga in y'all friend group that be out of pocket. Nobody says anything. Everybody just stands and lets the nigga do whatever he gonna do. That's what y'all do most of the time. Y'all don't really check each other. I've seen certain, friend groups of men. Shout out to my homeboys and shit like that. They will check each other. There will be some, nah, son, you tripping. What the fuck going on with you? Yes. But for the most part, all y'all niggas bitch up to the loudest nigga in the room. Most of the time. So I really don't know what reality some of the people have been living in, girl. But let's press on and we'll return to Dr. Heavenly's comments at the end of the recap. Okay. So King and Quiet take a walk. Did y'all hear Mimi screaming in Letitia's face? They are trying to separate you and Greg. They are trying to destroy your covenant. Protect it. I'm gonna tell y'all. I don't know them people. Do you hear me, bitch? I don't know them people, right? I don't know Mimi and Steve. I don't know Mimi and Steve. But I'm going to leave y'all to put it down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Because Mimi, it was given a little bit of projection. The way the emotional response that somebody's trying to break up their union, to be very clear. What are you talking about? Dr. Gregory thought he was going to chess up to another man about Quad and got his ass handed to him and was running behind another man trying to seek cover after his mouth tried to cash a check that his ass couldn't. Okay? He was talking too much. You want to talk about somebody talking too much? That was Dr. Gregory. So how Mimi came to this projection, I'm trying not to say it because I'm not trying to be like that, okay? But I'm going to just tell y'all whatever is going on between Mimi and Steve, something is going on between Mimi and Steve. And if she stick around long enough for us to really get in her business, we'll find out. We'll find out. Yes, her emotions were heightened and she was invested in this whole situation. Absolutely. I was definitely looking at her situation. First of all, let's go back to when Steve bought the glass at the auction, the look on Mimi's face, she was rolling her eyes a lot. Like, I'm peeping. Something is amiss in that situation. Something is amiss in that situation. I'ma just say that, okay? That moment was when I first started noticing these facial expressions. She can't hide her feelings off her face, right? And I think we all noticed that she was throwing shade to Quad for most of the rest of the episode, right? A lot of the y'all have not healed and all of this shit. Dr. Gregory has not healed. You can't put somebody around their abuser. Their abuser responds the way they always do, trying to control them. And when they can't control them, they have a temper tantrum. That's not on Quad. I know everybody wants to put this on Quad because Quad was running her mouth. But guess what? In real life, Quad has every right to say whatever the fuck she wants to say because Dr. Gregory had to come back to this show. Dr. Gregory had to sign on to come back to this show. Dr. Gregory wanted to go on a group trip and sit behind Quad. He just was hoping she would be alone, just like she was last season, but she wasn't. So now you mad and you can't fucking take it. I'm so very, very sorry, y'all. We gonna have to agree to disagree. This is not really on Quad. I think that whenever abuse victims respond in a negative way, the first thing everybody likes to think, they still love each other. They still care about each other. No, they don't. No, they don't. Dr. Gregory is resentful and angry because he could not continue to control and manipulate Quad into doing what he wanted her to do. That's all. That's it, baby. That's it. I don't know if y'all have noticed. There are so many men that display controlling, controlling types of behaviors. It has nothing to do with love. It has something to do with ownership. You belonged to me. And so I was supposed to be able to control you, bitch. I was supposed to be able to control you, bitch, and you didn't let me control you. So I'm angry. It has nothing to do with love. It's nothing to do with love. I think everybody needs to stop confusing control with love because there's a level of intersectionality that y'all are going at trying to act like these things are the same. And I need y'all to understand somebody showing that they're bothered does not mean that they love somebody. A lot of that is about their ego and feeling played. They ain't got nothing to do with them loving the other person. So Mimi is screaming in Letitia's face that they are trying to separate she and Greg. Foolishness. Don't let them do that shit, girl. Where is Steve? Because Steve was doing a lot of posturing to me. Where mine at? Because I don't play about mine. Sir, nobody thought that you did. Y'all are friends to the show. Please calm down. Nobody was fighting with Mimi. Where did you even come from with that shit? They performing a lot. Phaedra comes sauntering over. Y'all, the way Phaedra ass cheeks slowly sauntered over to Mimi and Letitia, and then she starts praying and speaking in tongues, bitch. And then y'all be mad when people don't really believe that shit. Y'all be mad when people don't believe in things of that nature. I feel like, whatever you believe is true for you. You know what I'm saying? Because your mind is a powerful tool. If you think it's real, bitch, it's real. I don't care. Okay? Because I don't want nobody talking to me about my beliefs. But at the same time, I have to feel like people are being manipulative in these moments. That's why I'm calling it out. Not because, I don't believe in the sanctity of your religion. I don't believe that you are sanctified in your religion. That was the craziest shot to me, to watch her saunter. And there's nothing wrong with ass cheeks, y'all. Please don't get me wrong, okay? The Lord is always present, no matter whether your ass cheeks are out or not. The Lord is absolutely present at the beach. The Lord is absolutely present when I'm crying in the shower, okay? So I don't think, that they ain't got nothing to do with it. Please don't misunderstand me. It was really just the physicality of it. To watch her saunter over almost as if she was bored And then to start praying, and then Sweet Tea start and doing all of this over dramatizing and passing out. And now Contessa then brought her strong arm ass over here. And y'all, Contessa works on my nerves, y'all. Every time, every season, Contessa has a moment where she feels the need to get into somebody's personal space and start screaming. Like, it was the weirdest shit. They holding Sweet Tea up. Like, girl, what you falling on the ground? Fuck. Shit out of here. All of that performing that they was doing. I'm sorry, y'all. I was with the Golden Girls. Is they over there speaking tongues? Is that right? Well, isn't that nice? As Simone would say. Contessa yelling, "You're safe. You're safe." She combat trained, bitch. She better be safe. Oh my God. That was so ridiculous. They get separate boats to ride everybody back. And then Simone's acting like, I had to get a second boat. Girl, y'all didn't have to get no second boat. Y'all came in 2 different boats because production had to be on one of the boats, girl. Stop playing with us. That's just always smart to have an extra because you know a tussle might take place. Heavenly says that Sweet Tea is too volatile. Contessa asked Heavenly, what is it? Why is it so deep between you and Sweet Tea? And she was like, that girl is too volatile. And Contessa feels sorry for her. She feels like they're alienating T and she's on hormone medication. I don't disagree with Contessa because I do feel like when you look at it, it is a level of just base level human disrespect that they show towards Sweet Tea. But also Sweet Tea can be one of those people that will eventually put such an annoying taste in your mouth that eventually it's like you don't even care. You know what I mean? That they're being unfair to her. I don't feel that way, but I'm just saying I can see how other people could get to a point where it's like, I don't even give a fuck, bitch, because why is you over there defending Phaedra? Girl, why is you over there trying to fight King over your little ass husband who does nothing but disrespect you? That's the type of shit that'll get me to be like, girl, whatever's going on is what's going on. I really don't care. I can't feel too bad for you, bitch. Because why are you putting yourself through all of that? For what? For what exactly? So that you can have a baby by a man that is going to continue to disrespect you and blame you for his shortcomings? He's a child. He is a fucking child. Dr. Gregory acts like a child, but then flips it and projects it onto the younger woman that he purposefully entered into a marriage with so that he can control. And they're going to call her naive. Nigga, you want her to be naive because if she wasn't naive, she wouldn't be with you. You want her to be naive. Don't you ever in your motherfucking life throw in that lady face, which you use as an advantage to keep her. That's some bullshit to me. That was some bullshit to me, y'all. Heavenly and Simone talking to Apollo and Shireen. What the is y'all apologizing to that for? What are y'all apologizing to that for? I've told y'all, I do not like Apollo. I am not enamored by muscles and a cute face. Like, I don't care. That does nothing for me. Unsafe men are unsafe men. Like, ain't none of you niggas cute enough for me to swoon when I know you are unsafe. And Apollo has been in unsafe. Heavenly and Simone sitting up there asking him about Phaedra, talking shit to him about Phaedra as if he has any room to talk. The nigga is desperate. And the only reason Phaedra brought his ass on the show last season is because his broke ass probably need to be able to take care of their children. It's a lot of times when women will let a fuck nigga that they got kids with take advantage of their opportunities simply because they want the nigga to be able to provide for the kids. That to me, that's as far as that went. But Apollo cannot be trusted. Apollo is a narcissist that does a really good job at talking a good game and convincing people he's not a scammer. He's not a liar. He's not abusive. He's not misogynistic, but he is. And you can look at his record in order to put those things together. So when I see two grown-ass women that claim that they're so intelligent, they're doctors, and you sit in front of a man who is abusive, not only to the ex-wife, but to the current one, and you talk to him about how Phaedra is the problem. Heavenly and Simone, y'all are some weird ass bitches sometimes. Like, y'all really be weird ass bitches sometimes. The way y'all can like align yourselves and ignore men being physically abusive to women, acting as if you don't see it. It's of no consequence. Like, it's really, really, really weird. I'm just saying, y'all don't know Apollo. Apollo could probably have scammed one of y'all grandparents out some goddamn money for all you know. And you up here trying to find kinship with him because you mad at Phaedra. When y'all brought Phaedra's ex on the show in order to cause some issue. Let's be very clear. Y'all wanted Phaedra to earn her check. Heavenly has been saying that since Phaedra came on the show, that Heavenly wants her to earn her check. You want to come over here and use us as a placeholder until Bravo can put your ass back on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Bitch, you gonna earn this check. That's how Heavenly feel. And that's why they decided to bring Apollo and Shireen. And that's fine. I don't even really feel bad for Phaedra because at the end of the day, you was cool with doing that shit to Quad. You claim to be friends with Quad, and you was so cool when they was doing that shit to Quad, acting like Quad was the issue. When she gonna get over it? Bitch, please, Phaedra. So I don't feel bad for you, but I'm also not mad at you for clocking the tea ahead of time and then bringing Shek on the trip because you knew it might piss off Apollo and Shireen weird ass. I don't know how we could turn around and blame, oh, this is Phaedra's fault. Heavenly, you just don't want to be held to blame. You don't want to be to blame. So you're going to toss the blame wherever you want to. But at the end of the day, if we're being real, if she's a part of the friend group, she should have been able to come on the friend group trip or whoever the fuck she wanted to. It shouldn't have never been looked at as no setup. No, y'all set her up and it backfired. The intention was to make her feel how y'all made Quad feel last year when y'all took her on that trip and then tried to give her fucking walking papers on some bitch ass shit. That was lame when y'all did that. I do want y'all to know. Inviting her on that trip so that you could give her walking papers before the trip was over was some lame shit. All for y'all to really want the lady to stay on the show so that she could fight and argue with Greg and Letitia so that y'all don't have to show nothing going on in y'all lives. Don't think we ain't clocking it. So Apollo says that night Shek hit him up and said, come on, let's go to the strip club. We not surprised. We not surprised. Like, what? Ain't nobody surprised. Heavenly says Phaedra did this to play in Apollo's face, and he came on the show with Shireen to play in hers. That's what I believe. Heavenly says, so y'all came for healing, talking about Apollo and Shireen coming for healing. Girl, shut the fuck up. The way Shireen was talking to Phaedra wasn't no respect or no healing nowhere in there. Cut it out. And Shireen, you had a lot to say talking about Apollo don't give a fuck about you. Girl, apparently Apollo don't give a fuck about you neither. Showing up to other bitches' houses with his dildo book bag, bitch. Okay? About to wear the hose out in front of the ring camera. He don't care about you neither. Y'all pick-me's be so desperate to make another woman feel like shit because a man, don't want her. Bitch, he don't want you neither. Okay? You are a means to an end. Made mattress and Mulin. Shout out to Erica De Niro. So Apollo says he reached out to Phaedra, but she wasn't trying to hear him. Of course not. Of course not. Why would she be? Heavenly and Simone say that Phaedra is guarded. Apollo says it's a battle of the minds, the lawyer versus the doctors. Heavenly says that they see her bullshit and she sees y'all's. It's really not hard. Like y'all act like everybody doing some real smart shit or something like that. Y'all really be giving yourselves a little bit too much credit. Just a little bit. Okay, this is not a doctor's office. This is reality TV. Ain't nothing really that hard about it in order for us to decipher the messy shit that y'all be trying to do. Apollo says he saw at the reunion that they had accepted Phaedra, and Heavenly says if she doesn't have control, then she don't play. And I'm like, I know y'all not talking. I know you not talking because everything that y'all do is from the control standpoint. Heavenly, Simone, Toya, Jackie have all come together and decided we didn't put the work in. We cemented the show. Now we're going to rest on our laurels and we're going to bring in these other people and we're going to instigate and manipulate and make them act the fool so that we can remain on the show and not have to show our ass while we get a check acting as if we're above them. Tell me I'm wrong. Anyway, Jackie goes to talk to Phaedra. And I thought it was very interesting that Shek was in her room, laying on the bed with his laptop. She was packing up her bags to leave. And Phaedra says that she was disappointed in Jackie. I don't know why you would be disappointed in Jackie. Are you acting like Jackie is superior when it comes to this mess? Because she's absolutely not. And you should have saw that by the way she handled that situation last season. Like you said, she was trying to do that charity situation in order to clear her name from that shit she said on that live that went viral and she never was held accountable for and made herself a victim when everybody held her accountable for it on the internet. Now all of a sudden you're a fucking victim. And it's not about what you said or why you said it. It's about, oh, everybody made Dr. Jackie feel bad. Oh, girl, please. I don't know why you were surprised. If anybody is callous and don't give a fuck and will watch y'all act the fool and not say a word, it's Dr. Jackie, girl. I don't know what Phaedra talking about. Jackie said that Heavenly told her that she knew that Apollo was coming. And Phaedra, I don't know whether you were trying to pretend like you didn't know he was coming, but girl, please. I wouldn't even, I don't know why y'all lied. Just stand on it. Yeah, I knew he was coming. I didn't know if he was going to bring that bitch, but that's okay. That's why I brought his friend. Ain't nobody about to be out here having me alone and embarrassed. I know you thought that's how that was going to go down, but oh no. Oh no. Not new to this, true to this. I know the games. I used to play them. Okay. Jackie talking about, oh, so you really gonna leave? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I thought that she would come back stronger. Girl, what? Girl, what? It's not about being strong. That's some bullshit. And then you were shading her talking about, oh, they didn't teach that in law school. We're strong debaters. Jackie, you're not a strong debater. Cut it the fuck out. You're passive aggressive and you rely on Heavenly being a guard dog. You're really not a good debater, bitch. If you were a good debater, then you would have been able to explain what you said in that live instead of crying and relying on the other women to defend your image. Cut it the fuck out. Cut it out. You're not a good debater. You might be a good doctor, but a debater, girl, cut it out. I have not seen evidence of such things. Okay? Pretending to be nice, nasty does not mean you won the debate, girl. All right? I just want to let you know that. Either way, that was shade, but I feel like the truth of the matter is Phaedra never really wanted to stay on this show. It was always just a pit stop. And I feel like she was looking for a reason to tell y'all, fuck y'all. And it's just did it. This did it. I don't need this. I'll probably be on, I probably just had a conversation a week or two ago about me being on Real Housewives of Atlanta again. I know I don't need this group of bitches. So y'all can kiss my ass. It ain't got nothing to do with being strong. I'm not about to sit here and argue with none of y'all about any of this because I don't have to. And now I can go on the show that I really wanted to be on in the first place. I'm talking about come back stronger. We don't know what the fuck going on with you and Curtis. Girl, stop. Girl, her getting on her little jet and her Louis Vuitton. I said, Phaedra, you better do it, bitch. You better do it. I love the fact that they went and recorded her getting on that motherfucker. Yo, y'all thought she was playing, huh? Chartered a jet. I'm going home. Okay, Shek was carrying bags and helping her into the little jet, child. I know she paid for it, girl. I ain't mad at her. So Greg and Sweet Tea decided to go home. Simone said both of them need an immense amount of healing. and everybody separates. The women go to a distillery and the men go to a cigar bar. Simone says that the sandbar was the worst experience that she's ever had in this group because it's never been the men going at each other like this. And it's harder to control men. I think it is scarier when men get into it because you don't know how bad it can get. You know, with these women, it wasn't gonna get that bad, regardless of how much combat, Sweet Tea says she got. But the men discussed the shit show as well. They believe it was one of the worst events that they've had. King said, listen, it's not about resentment for the fact that they have a past. I don't feel no type of way. This is about him being disrespectful. And I told y'all last week, I feel like Gregory tried that man at least 2 times on that fucking beach. Yeah, I told her to shut the fuck up because she talked too fucking much. Getting up, walking over to him real fast and telling him, I would expect you to defend her. And then walking off like, like you said something. Like, all right, nigga. But as soon as that man came up to you and told you, she could say whatever she want to say. You better not say nothing else to her. If you want to say something to her, say something to me. And you won't put your hands up and doing all of this posturing. That was to tell Cecil and them to come and save your fucking ass before King decided to hit you. And listen, I don't think King really wanted to fight. Everybody got something to lose in this situation. I'm glad that they didn't fight because Gregory is the type of bitch ass nigga that will step to you like he not scared and then call the police on you because he got his ass beat. Like, I can't stand a nigga that they want to instigate the bullshit. And then when it go down, now all of a sudden you out here, oh, no, he tried to hit me. It was going to be a fight to the death. I had to call the police. I was scared for my life. Like, bitch ass nigga. So Simone says that everyone, Phaedra, hold up. Oh, Simone tells everyone Phaedra said that they were a bunch of mean girls. She's not sure if she wants to continue being their friends. Toya asked Eugene if they could skip the group dinner and do their own thing, but he said no, so they will be like Heavenly and Damon and be perfect. I said the shade of that. Contessa and Mimi called Greg and T later, and Greg is still mad, talking about, he gonna take his shirt off and start running at me. And I ain't got time for that. I was trying to be cool with him. Were you? So this all the shit he's saying over the phone to Contessa and them while they're in a car on the way to dinner. And back in Atlanta, we get this scene with Greg and T, and they're talking about what happened. And Greg says that when Quad started talking about how she left him, that really upset him. I need for y'all to understand that upset him because in his mind, he's superior. So her leaving him hurt his ego. Her saying that I'm happy that you're with this woman and that it's not me anymore, he understood the shade of that and he didn't like it. But if you was really happy with your woman, you wouldn't have cared. You don't love Quad, but you are upset that you can no longer control her. Talking about she was drinking too much and I know how she get when she drink. You are not in control of that woman. She can drink and talk as much as she would like to. And if you don't like it, then remove yourself. He says it was a toxic environment. And if Sheck wasn't there, it would have been a fight to the end. T says it wasn't all that. It wasn't going to be no fight to the end, especially because I was there. And I imagine what she meant is I would have jumped in and helped you. Not that I'm just going to take this nigga on all by myself. Like, that's what I thought she meant. But then, Dr. Heavenly told us that she said she had combat and she would fight King before she allowed her husband, the doctor, to ruin his career, which I told y'all was some stupid shit to say. That's a stupid mentality to have. It's a young-minded mentality to have. What you need to learn is that men are men and they should be able to defend themselves, especially when they are going off about the mouth as if they can. You as a woman do not need to get involved. I know a lot of y'all as women feel like, it would have been wrong for her to just sit back and watch. No, it would not have been. She is a woman. The only thing that would have happened to her trying to get involved in that fight is her possibly getting hit by a fucking man. I don't want to get hit by a man. So please understand, I'm not about to get in no tussle between my man and another man. That's wild. They had a whole bunch of other men there. Cecil, Curtis, Steve. One of these men can come and handle that, T. And not only that, the men did handle it. Sheck moved King away, but it took Steve and Shaq to move King away. And Cecil came and grabbed Greg and walked him away. And that wasn't really hard because Greg wasn't really trying to bust a grape in a food fight. T saying that it wasn't going to be all of that was undermining that Greg was trying to blow it out of proportion as if they were going to kill each other. You don't know. Do you know that man? Do you know what's on his mind? No, but I'm combat trained, and there were at least 3 or 4 other men that we know are strong enough to separate the two of y'all. So it wasn't going to be no fight to the death. It wasn't going to be all of that. But when she said that she was trained in combat, he said, combat my ass. You just a woman. You still a woman. Now, let me tell y'all something. I may not believe that Letitia could beat King's ass, but I believe there is a woman out there that probably can. I do. I believe that there are women out there that are good at fighting, that are fast, and that can fight any man for the most part. Yeah. Because there are men that are smaller than bigger men that can sometimes still beat those bigger men's asses because sometimes big men are slow. Sometimes big men are slow because they're so big. Men that might be a little shorter might be able to move a little faster. It just depends on the man. So at the end of the day, nothing is ever guaranteed. For him to even say that, I would have challenged his ass to a duel, and I would have flipped his ass over in that fucking living room. But then he would have been even more mad because right then she would have emasculated him. But you don't have to disrespect her in the process because what you gonna do? You still a woman. And then proceeds to continue to shade her age, talking about she's so naive. You know, you are really naive. And then he was looking his nose down at her. And she's the only one that's there to defend you. His response should have been, you was going to help me beat his ass, babe? And she was like, yeah, babe. He was like, all right, I'm glad you got my back. I don't ever need you to fight no man for me, but I appreciate you having my back. That's what the conversation should have been. But he's such an insecure, bitch-made ass man that all he can see in a moment is that he's in competition with this woman. Not that she's saying that whatever I can do, I would do it to help you. His mode should have been, yeah, babe, you was gonna kick his ass for me? What you was gonna do? You was gonna flip him? Like that should have been his energy towards Sweet Tea. Not talking to her crazy and talking down on her like she's dumb for wanting to help you. But she is dumb for wanting to help you. And I guess she need to see that. And he was the one that needed to tell her that shit. She said stop because she can already, you know when somebody is being disrespectful. Y'all probably had many a conversation in private about the way y'all arguments start with him demeaning and degrading you and talking to you like you're stupid. Because that's what he was doing. She tells him he needs to calm down. He asks what I do. She says, you know exactly what you did. This man was charging at me. What you think he was going to do? What you thought it was going to be? She says, listen, it's my opinion and I'm entitled to my opinion. Yeah, but your opinion don't make no sense. You just can't take the truth. So then he gets up and walks off and say he done with this conversation. She go and follow his ass up the stairs. Now, remember, y'all swear up and down that women don't follow abusive men. Y'all said that, right? Y'all said that women do not run behind abusive men. Did y'all not see her run up those stairs behind that man that just talked to her crazy? Y'all didn't see that? Y'all didn't see that? I'm just pointing it out to y'all because a lot of y'all like to think that women don't run behind abusive men. And if a man is really abusing a woman, she's not going to be running behind him. She not? Most of the abuse didn't happened up here already. It's a control thing. Him running off was definitely going to inspire her to run after him. And then when she goes up there, even though she's mic'd up, she's whispering like we can't fucking hear them. And he keeps telling her that it's her fault. And that if she don't make him mad, he's not going to act like that. And if she don't say what she's saying, then he wouldn't act how he acting. And she keeps telling him to stop. Maybe if you ain't say what you said, you wouldn't get the reaction that you get. Who you think you're talking to? Who you think you're talking to? And she's just like, stop. You know why? Because she knows how everybody is going to perceive this. In that moment, Letitia was fully aware that when everybody saw this, they were going to call him an abuser, just like we did when he was with Quad. She knew that. That's why she was whispering and telling him to stop, because she knew what it was going to be. And I want to remind y'all that he's not dumb. He's not dumb. He's a grown-ass man, and he's a psychiatrist. You think he don't know that people were going to perceive him a certain way? He don't care, because that's how abusive men are. They think they're right above everything. In their minds, they might know that they're making themselves look like an asshole, and they'll probably come back later and apologize for it once their anger has died down. But when they mad, they don't give a fuck. When they mad, they'll say whatever they could think of that they know is going to hurt you and demean you so that they can get it up out of them and put it on you. That's not a good partner. That's not a person that you should want to have a child with. Somebody that can't control themselves when they're angry. Simone uses the dinner to basically speak to Phaedra. She says they know how to love and support one another. No, y'all don't. Shut up. Cecil is doing ad libs, and I thought it was funny because I could not tell whether he was being sarcastic or not. It felt like he was being sarcastic, and Simone was starting to get aggravated. They asked the couple's questions again, and they asked how they feel about the exes in the group. And Mimi goes on a long tangent about how the exes have to do their particular work and that they haven't. And they kept putting the camera on Quad, and Quad was just sipping her drink like, yeah, whatever, bitch. I know you there, friend, and I don't give a fuck, okay? There's a lot of unforgiveness. I don't know how you can forgive people who are exhibiting the same behavior. Quad can't forgive Gregory for being abusive when he attempts to be abusive to her in front of his new wife, in front of her boyfriend after they're already divorced. Because please understand, telling her that she talked too fucking much and she need to shut the fuck up is verbal abuse. Y'all may not like what she was saying, but she had every right to say it. It should not be considered disrespectful to Gregory for her to say that her and that nigga is bending the fucking bed frame fucking 15 times a week. That should not have made him feel away, because Sweet Tea was the perfect woman for him last season, as we all recall, correct? Then there should be no problem, but there is, because you a bitch ass nigga and you trying to control a woman that you are no longer with. And everything was always about one-upping Quad and trying to make Quad feel bad because she no longer wanted you. Talking about there's a lot of unforgiveness. Fuck out of here. You can't forgive a nigga that's still disrespecting you. Jackie said if it were her ex, they would not be welcome. Meaning that if me and Curtis ever break up, don't bring Curtis and no other bitch on this show. Don't play with me. Oh, so y'all understand. And Heavenly was like, you right. Because Toya is the one that says Letitia and Dr. Gregory were wrong, but we're wrong too. We all need to look in the mirror and say we do some fucked up shit. Then there's a montage of all the nasty things they've said to each other. Heavenly thanks Toya for saying the hard shit. She was wrong to not consider Quad's feelings. They did do her wrong. Eugene says that Greg is still a part of the group, even though you don't really like him, Eugene. Like, let's be real. You don't even fuck with him like that. So why are you defending him? Is that because, y'all have always had y'all back and forth with Quad? I wonder. Quad says that she's not asking them to throw him away. Contessa says Greg is still mad in comparison to King, because King was very calm when he spoke on it, and I agree. I feel like I could understand from the beginning what was really going on. I understood it from Jump Street, what was going on. So I don't begrudge King at all. And I'm glad that Contessa did speak to the fact that he was being honest and calm and what he was saying. Like, it's not about me really being mad. I got the girl. It's about you feeling like you could talk to her any kind of way in front of me and I wasn't supposed to check you. No, you was gonna get checked. And that's just how that go. All right. So let me say this before I get into this. I don't believe Heavenly's apologies. I don't. Because essentially you still were the one that sought Sweet Tea out. And I don't know whether that was from a standpoint of trying to help Quad. That's what you say. And I can understand that, but it was more so about you trying to help yourself and keep this show successful without y'all having to really delve into y'all own personal lives. Because we know the core four Y'all either don't have anything going on or y'all don't have anything y'all want to share going on. Okay. So it is definitely going to be put on everybody else. And that includes Quad. And I do feel like it's just a lack of care. And y'all have always exhibited using Quad and then had the audacity to be mad at her when she had that relationship with the Sister Circle girls and she threw it in y'all face. But to be very clear, y'all were not supportive. Y'all have not been. Y'all have often chose Gregory over Quad because when a man admits to putting his hands on a woman and she says, I had to pull a knife on him in order to get him away from me, and y'all proceed to keep him in y'all friend group like that's cool, I think that says a lot about how y'all feel about women and how y'all don't give a fuck about Quad. Y'all like to use Quad because Miss Quad is entertaining. I'm sorry. I know there was somebody in my comments talking about don't nobody care about Quad. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You could personally not like Quad, but ignoring the fact that Quad is a part of the reason why Married to Medicine is such a successful show, I think y'all are bullshitting with yourselves. I think that your ability to dislike somebody, so you're going to act like you don't see the truth of something, is a problem, and you should probably rectify that within yourself. I don't need to like somebody in order to be real about their contribution to something. At the end of the day, Quad and who she is as a person has been extremely valuable to this reality show. And they use her. And she does do the over dramatization thing. And, you know, she's not always right. Please don't get me wrong. There have been times that, you know, the shit with her and Toya and Eugene, that, you know, that was both of them on both sides. But from the very beginning, they have always kind of looked down on Quad and used her. That's been happening for the longest. They did it because they had beef with Mariah. So let's use Quad and piss Mariah off. That's what they did. Then they wanted to disregard her when it came to the Dr. Gregory situation because y'all respect doctors above everything, right? So that's why y'all wasn't really on her side the way y'all should have been. Mariah wasn't even on her side because to me, Mariah was an ain't shit ass friend to Quad. I don't care what y'all talking about. As soon as Quad came on the show and wasn't just a henchman, she wasn't just an assistant, she wasn't just a hanger-on, and she had her own personality and people like Quad all by herself, Mariah got fucking mad. A lot of y'all give Mariah way too much credit. Way too much credit. Is she entertaining? Yes. Did she start this show? Absolutely. Should she still be getting paid off of it? I absolutely hope so. But at the end of the day, she treated Quad like shit because Quad became her own person and wasn't just your little, you know, your little young friend that you helped get married and all of that. They've always been playing in Quad's face. So Heavenly, this is along the lines of what y'all have always done. Y'all use that girl and then y'all be like, fuck her when it really boils down to it. I don't believe Heavenly's apologies. I don't. So let's hear what she had to say online.
It is. So when you have a conversation with somebody and somebody gets upset and it goes to the left, most men, real men, not gay men, not bitch men, you know what I'm saying? The guys that is kind of soft, but real men are going to feel like, you know what I mean? Straight men are going to feel like if you tell my wife to shut the fuck up, I'm going to have a problem with it. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. So when you...
Yeah. I don't know why y'all are surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm often always taken aback by very, very smart, book smart, can understand numbers, can understand statistics, can understand ratios, you know, like these are intelligent, book smart, I can read and understand information type people. But for some reason, when it comes to the intersectionality, okay, of whatever causes them to be ignorant, it's like the book smarts goes completely out of the window. The facts go completely out of the window, and you hold true to some stupid, ignorant stereotype that has been perpetuated, even though never factually backing up. It's never been factually backing up. I have always seen straight heterosexual men being the biggest threat to women. I have often seen gay men defending women no matter what to some straight man. Saucy Santana be out here scaring the shit out of DJ Academics whenever he decides to come at Carisha, way more than Diddy did. Defended her way more publicly than Diddy did. It's a lot of gay men online that have been the ones to say the shit to you men. Like, I know you ain't gonna try to beat my ass. Who the dude is that's always jumping up and down? I forgot his name. Y'all know he had people walking down the street and he be jumping up and down him. He was on a podcast reading the fuck out of a straight man. And as big as he is, y'all wasn't gonna say shit. I grew up in New Orleans around a lot of angry gay men. So in my experience, gay men know how to fight. In my experience, being gay don't mean a motherfucking thing. So I think it's very precarious when such elite intellectuals who claim to be so intelligent have all of that just completely go out the window because they have homophobic, they're homophobic in some respect. It's very odd to me. I'll never understand people holding on to certain ignorant mindsets that have no facts whatsoever to back them up. In all honesty, men like Dr. Damon and King come far and few in between because most men don't say anything. Most men are quiet. Most men don't want to upset whatever man has the biggest mouth in the group. Like that whole thing about alpha men and all of that shit, to be very, very clear, y'all really do go by the leader of the pack mentality as men. A lot of y'all will bitch up to another man. If another man is louder, y'all are going to be quiet. If men try to bully you about your wife, a lot of y'all will let men bully y'all about y'all wives. We saw it on Love and Marriage Huntsville all the time. Brandon versus Apollo. I know that's right. One of the biggest fights ever on Real Housewives of Atlanta was Brandon defending Kenya to Apollo's disrespectful ass. So yeah, when Heavenly says these types of things, it makes me want to go deeper into her psyche to understand what's happening. Because y'all know what I believe, and I stand on this. The more homophobic you are, the gayer you probably are. If you are somebody that harbors a lot of like negative feelings and all of that towards gay people, you're probably most definitely suppressing your own homosexual tendencies, feelings, thoughts. You're probably suppressing them because it doesn't make any sense for you to be so homophobic in spite of facts, in spite of lived experience. It's just very odd. Very, very, very odd. And please do not get me wrong, y'all. I have experienced gay men being extremely volatile towards me. I have. But I've also experienced it way more from straight men. Straight men that can't deal with the fact that they want to degrade or demean a woman, but a woman like me is going to gather you verbally. I'm going to hurt your fucking feelings. And a lot of the time you get upset and mad because you can't verbally spar. And then you want to impose your physicality because you can't keep up with this verbal argument that I'm beating your ass with. So now you want to physically take it there and make me feel scared that you might put your hands on me. Men do a lot of shit, staring at you like they gonna do something. I have absolutely experienced that before from men. And I have also experienced their friends sitting by idly, not saying nothing, acting like a bitch, letting their homeboy talk to me any kind of way. Yeah, I have seen that before. Child, my younger years, nothing made my coochie dry up so fast. That was wild. Child, in the time my husband almost got into a fight with my cousin because he was talking to me crazy, I was not expecting it because my husband is so mild-mannered. But I was just, I was just like, nigga, you just unlocked the level. The doop. Okay, I'm just being real with you. it was something about it. We've been together a long time, but I don't often, I don't like to get into situations like that. So, it had to be a family situation, right? Everybody drinking and it's a family. So you comfortable and somebody says some wild shit and you like, what fuck you talking to? And then, we going back and then my husband's like, hey bro, I don't know who you talking to, but you're not talking to my wife like that. And then it turns into a whole thing. Child. I'll never forget. Being straight don't have nothing to do with being bitch made. And all honestly, most straight men have bitch ass tendencies, especially when it comes to women. And Dr. Gregory is supposed to be straight. So I also don't know why was that a point that she was even making, because it's not like King got into an argument with a gay man, unless you calling Dr. Gregory gay. But either way, that still don't make no fucking sense. So y'all know the men's and the people went out there on the internet and told her how ignorant she was. And I believe that she apologized and said, I can apologize for some shit when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she said something like that. I can apologize for some shit when I'm wrong and I was wrong and y'all can hold me accountable. That's bullshit. Your mindset is not going to change. How many conversations have you had with T.S. Madison? You real close friends with Funky, you real close friends with Carlos, and none of those people are going to stop being your friends. And you will consistently harbor these same ignorant, fucked up ass older black woman, mentalities that y'all have. Like, I don't know what that's about. But there is a subset group of black women that it seems that it doesn't matter how high they went in their education, they are still going to be ignorant when it comes to homophobia and how they view and have tolerance for other people and how they think about other people. It is really, really weird. Because there are people that pride themselves on being smart. They pride themselves on being smart and completely ignore the facts of what you said was a complete and utter lie. Straight men, girl, please. Girl, please. I know a whole bunch of straight men that will absolutely shut what they call the fuck up when there's a stronger man in the room. And let's be very clear. You know the reason why Dr. Damon is so mild-mannered, if we being real? You know why Dr. Damon is so mild-mannered, right? Because he knows that that's the best way to get along in this world as a man. Yes, there are moments where Dr. Damon is going to stand in front of you or chest up and have some moment with some of the other men. But at the end of the day, he's always going to be calm and reserved, and he's not going to pop off immediately. Do you know why? Because he knows that's not smart. And he'll end up getting himself fucked up. So I don't know where your thinking is even going with that. Because the mentality that, a straight man gonna always, child, please. Do you know how many fights Dr. Damon would have to get into with people if he was checking people about disrespecting your ass? He's had to resign to the fact that he gonna just have to pick his battles when it comes to defending you. But he often just has to sit. He has to sit to the sidelines and watch you argue with people and watch the disrespect fly back and forth. And he just goes to another place. Buddy, calm down, buddy. Calm down, buddy. Like, come on, man. And men are supposed to me, a man in control of himself, a man that is not always flipping out, a man that is not always trying to fight somebody. Like, that's how he should be. But don't mix that with the idea that straight men are, hyper masculine and always looking to check somebody and always looking to pump their chest up. When no, that's not actually what they should do. And it's also not actually what the fuck be happening with your old man. So let's move on to what Quad said. After the clip, came out, showing Dr. Gregory talking to Letitia the way he used to talk to Quad, she said tonight's episode was by far triggering. God knows I do not miss those days. Regardless of what Letitia has said about me to the public, my heart honestly goes out to her. It is abundantly clear nothing has changed with his behavior, only the woman. The cycle continues. And Dr. Heavenly said T was not to blame. She did nothing wrong. And y'all remember this scene.
Quad probably was right about a few things about him.
Like what?
See, this is you. You can be so naive sometimes.
I'm not being naive.
You can be so naive sometimes.
Bruh. The real sweet tea. Because Dr. Heavenly said that scene hurt my heart. Good night. Miss Natural, that man is not abusive. People don't know what real relationships are. And if you don't like it, kick rocks. My relationship is what it is. Ma'am, that man is abusive. It's called verbal and mental abuse. That's what it's called. Lying to you and telling you that somebody broke into y'all house so he could scare you, so that he could manipulate you into always making sure that you turn the alarm on. That was completely unnecessary. It was mental abuse because he upset you unnecessarily simply to prove a point to you. He is abusive. Talking about people don't know what real relationships are. Girl, we do know what real relationships are, and we also know abusive ones when we see them. Seeing as though his first wife said he was abusive. And we see him now telling you to shut the fuck up, and he don't know who you talking to. Girl, that man don't respect you at all. He does not respect you at all. And the fact that you still on the internet today defending him to the internet, girl, you're a fool. You're a fool. Somebody in my comments was like, I wouldn't say she's a fool. I would absolutely say she's a fool. Now, my comment was, if she doesn't eventually leave him, she's a fool. But I'm going to call her a fool today, because why the fuck are you getting up here on the internet defending him? Y'all going to have to learn at some point to let these niggas defend themselves. Because he talked to you bad. And everybody is online feeling bad for you. And you sitting up there telling us that we don't know how relationships work. Ma'am, if you want to be an abuse victim, just be quiet. Don't get up here arguing with us about it.
Quad probably was right about a few things about him.
Like what?
It was other people around. I don't think it would have been a fight to the death. So just.
See, this is you. You can be so naive sometimes.
I'm not being naive.
You can be so naive sometimes. Just sweet. Just sweet.
Right.
He is being condescending. He is being condescending. This is meant to make her feel small. It's abuse.
You're not getting nowhere with that. So you gotta.
And she recognizes it. It's not the first time. That's why she instantly tells him he needs to stop.
Really calm down.
What did I do?
You know what you did.
No, what did I do?
Be quiet.
What did I do?
That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion.
No, you just can't take the truth.
No, I can take the truth. Don't do that.
Well, listen, maybe we should end.
You should have told him he couldn't take the truth, because he was the one mad about the truth of the fact that Quad left him.
This right here.
Y'all two motherfuckers that can't take the truth.
It shouldn't even go to that point, so come back.
You charging a grown-ass man and you telling me don't say you naive?
Now, mind you, she was charging a grown-ass man, stupid or not, naive or not, on your behalf. She was doing it for you because she cares about you. And you have turned it on her and made her stupid for defending you.
It's your fault. Don't say shit to make me go off.
It's not my fault. It's really.
It's all his fault. It's all his fault. It's his fault. It is his fault, because if he was in control of his emotions, if he was actually over Quad, none of this would be happening. It's his fault.
Not my fault.
It really is your fault.
I'm entitled to my opinion, Gregory.
Your opinion makes no sense.
Right now, I understand it's a sensitive time.
You think you know everything, don't you?
I'm looking out for the team.
Well, you should look out for the team by listening to the leader of the team.
I understand that you're upset.
You know, you're making me hype.
But it is.
Now she making him hype. Now she making him hype. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of people like to argue that Quad never loved him and she only wanted him for money. And I would like to say, I don't give a fuck. I would like to say, I don't care. He wanted her just for her beauty. He didn't love her either. He didn't love her either. He wanted her just because he wanted a warm coochie and an arm piece. It was an equal exchange. She wanted access and to be financially taken care of. And he wanted a made mattress and a fucking mule. She did not have to have a baby with him if she didn't want to. I don't care whether she married him or not. She still laid up in that house with him and was a wife to him. I don't care. I don't care about that part of their relationship. He wanted a woman and she wanted to be taken care of. It was an equal exchange. But he is still abusive.
Doesn't get to a point where you have to say I'm naive. Don't do that. Don't do that.
The fact that he has to demean her in order to make himself feel better, that is a huge signifier that this man is abusive.
I don't know who you think you're talking
Be
to.
quiet.
Said all of that. Said all of that. And he still is talking to her crazy. Talking about, I don't know who you talk to. Nigga, I'm talking to you. Who the fuck are you that I can't talk to you? Who are you?
I don't know who you think you're talking
Be
to.
quiet. Don't go.
Stop saying stupid stuff.
That's not
And
saying stupid.
you won't get the reaction that you don't want.
Okay.
How about that?
How about you can react however the fuck you want to react? I said it wasn't going to be all of that and you overreacting. Let's not forget he went to the police and tried to fill out some type of what? He tried to get a charge put on King, but because King didn't really touch him, he could not get a charge put on him. But he complained to the network, and so King could not film with the rest of the group. Bitch ass nigga. You was looking for her to validate that this man was going to try to kill you so that you could make it a big deal with the police, so that you could make it a big deal on the show. And she wasn't catching it. She wasn't catching that that's what you was planning to do. She was just being real about the fact that it wasn't that serious. And that there were a lot of people that were there that could have broke that shit up. And it wasn't going to be all of what you thought it was going to be. That's all she said. And you didn't take to demeaning her about the very thing that you wanted her for. Her naivete, her youngness.
It's your fault.
Quad probably was right about you.
It's her fault. He said it was her fault, y'all. He said it was her fault. Child, Quad said, thank you, K King, for understanding my past and making me feel safe. I know that's right. I told y'all I like the way he handled it simply because when she was in her bag talking all of that shit, he didn't tell her to shut up. And I like that. Don't tell her to shut up. Fuck that nigga. He'll be all right. He need to be able to withstand words. 50-something-year-old man. You need to be able to withstand words, nigga. Yeah, I'm with this new man. I want to bust it wide open. I want to have a baby for him. I didn't want to have a baby with you. Yup. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, nigga. I didn't want to have a baby with you. I didn't like you enough. You wasn't treating me well enough. I wasn't exactly sure, but I knew you wasn't treating me well enough for me to have no baby for you. Sorry. And the truth of the matter is, Sweet Tea don't need to be over there having no fucking baby for you either, talking to her like that. She might be naive and dumb, but you're not supposed to tell her that, stupid. You're not supposed to tell her that with your dumb ditty ass. You were supposed to be like, babe, you was gonna beat him up for me? Show me how you was gonna beat him up, B. You were supposed to buck her head up. That was supposed to be a moment of y'all being like, yeah, B, we're gonna fuck them up together. You're not even really trying to be a team with that lady because you think you above her. She'll be, I promise you, I give it 3 more years tops. Lady T, thank you for the super chat. Happy Monday, people, and happy birthday to my amazing hubby. All right, happy birthday to Lady T, old man. Hey, Sha, thank you for the super chat. Hey, beautiful, you and your hubby looked amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, 2Ls, thank you for the super chat. Jackie been nasty spirited since Buffy debacle. Since before that, back when she was calling Heavily a fat dentist and telling her she wasn't really a doctor. Zaquasia, thank you for being a member. Thank you, my love. Hey, DJ Miss Milan, thank you for being a member. Everyone treated Quad like the help. And she was the only one who walked away from a toxic marriage and thrived. They hate for her for it. And everybody was going through their shit at the same time. And Quad was supporting everybody, and they were not supporting her. She showed up for Simone when her and Cecil were going through it. Even tried to show up for Jackie's ass. Y'all can go back and watch that season. That lady absolutely was showing up and listening to them and trying to be a good friend. And they didn't give a fuck about her. And then when it came to the reunion show, them hoes chose a side because Dr. Gregory was the doctor. Brooklyn Rose, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for breaking down this scene so austerely. Oh, thank you. I hope I said that right. Girl, come on, vocabulary. I love a new word. Okay. But yeah, y'all, that's it. That's all I got. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe, like the video, share the video, come back for more. I will be back with y'all tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna do a BondyBlue show or whatever. I need to go and get back on Love and Hip Hop. Y'all know we'll do a members only with last week's and this week's episodes for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Miami. Okay, thank y'all so very, very much. Okay. Astutely. Look, I was like, girl, I don't know that word. Thank you. I know astutely though. Thank you. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all evening, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.